It's the first Monday of the month, and San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria is here tonight to answer some of your questions.
That includes a push for federal money to get some much-needed projects up and running. Mayor Gloria, welcome to CBS 8 on this first Monday of the month. We want to begin tonight with a story that we aired at 5 o'clock about a road project that has a lot of people frustrated, confused, and really afraid that someone's going to be seriously injured or possibly die. We're talking about Gold Coast Drive in Mira Mesa. That's the two-lane road that's now a one-lane road, and people say that drivers are now having to literally play chicken with each other to make room for those wider bike lanes. The change came out with any warning, residents say. What's your take on this?
Well, first off, let me say that the residents, when they say they did not receive any warning, they are correct, and that was a mistake, and we are working to correct that. I would say that one thing we mentioned is incorrect. This is still a two-lane road, which is a part of the confusion, where it appears that there's two bike lanes but only one travel lane for cars. It's a shared lane situation. It is new for our city, although not a new kind of bike treatment. But the fact that it's new in our city really means that we should have done far more education and outreach. We did not meet that standard. Members of my team are meeting with the Mira Mesa community tonight to go through that. And in the meantime, we've halted additional installations of these kinds of bike lanes until we can do more robust public engagement and public education.
Try to make changes, try to make improvements. Sometimes there may be a misstep. There's a lot of work to be done to help out with that, to get us some money. You were just on a trip to Washington, D.C. at the San Diego Regional Chamber of Commerce, many others from San Diego, and you were there to ask for infrastructure money specifically, I believe. What are your biggest priorities right now when it comes to infrastructure, and how did the push for money go?
Well, Carla, I think these are going to pay off over the next number of months as we submit applications. Your viewers may be unaware of the fact that most of the projects are competitive in nature. That means we're working against other cities all across the nation to get a portion of this $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure law. Projects that we were advocating for, I think, are key regional projects, ones that it's not just the city agrees on, but the county, MTS, Sandag, our airport authority, and others. That includes things like rebuilding Terminal 1 at the San Diego International Airport, protecting our bluffs that are eroding and harming our rail corridor toward the north, and constructing a new port of entry, Otay Mesa East, down on the southern border to reduce border wait times. Regional projects like those will not only create a lot of jobs for San Diegans, but I think compete successfully nationally. And I was heartened by the conversations I had with administration officials, including Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg. I'm hopeful that when we submit our applications later this month, that many of them will be successful and those dollars will start flowing to San Diego.
Mayor, speaking of the border, there are a lot of Ukrainian refugees that are gathered just across our border in Mexico. We've done so many stories on these refugees looking to enter the U.S. What is the city doing to help those refugees after they get cleared to come into our country?
Marcelo, we are fortunate in San Diego to have a really robust network of nonprofit and private sector partners who have long welcomed new people to our country and helped them to resettle. These folks have worked with previous waves of immigrants from Central and South America in recent weeks and months, helping those from Afghanistan and including Ukrainians. As we anticipate more Ukrainians coming across, as we anticipate the lifting of Title 42 toward the end of May, that network will be there to help support that transition. And we're working now with the federal government and state leaders to make sure that we get additional resources for what we anticipate will be more people, at least temporarily, as we, again, remove these sort of Trump-era immigration limitations and work on addressing the legal rights of individuals to claim a refugee and asylum status and allow them their date in court.
Are we prepared for a big surge with Title 42 being removed pretty soon here? Because we know that didn't just apply to people coming from Ukraine. That is going to impact a lot of migrants who are seeking asylum here in the U.S.
Well, the Biden administration has been in regular communication with my office, letting us know what they're anticipating, what they're planning. Again, the implementation of Title 42's lifting is more than a month away. That gives us some time to get our ducks in a row, if you will. We anticipate additional financial resources from the state and federal government to help us with our response efforts here in San Diego. And just a reminder to your viewers, we do welcome folks into our country every day for other reasons. We have a robust network of shelters and providers. Those folks will be called upon to be of assistance. I believe they're capable of doing that. Honestly, we have one of the best systems in the nation, but we do need additional resources, and I've been given every indication that we should expect them from our state and federal partners.
Thank you, Mira. And if you don't mind, I'd like to circle back to the first question that I asked, just following up. When are you meeting with people in Mira Mesa in case there are viewers that want to participate in that conversation? Is there anything that's going to be done to help alleviate the confusion? Because the big concern is that people are going to hit each other head on.
So Marcella, there's a virtual meeting of the Mira Mesa Town Council tonight at 7 p.m. City staff will be present to answer questions and to apologize for the failure to communicate. I have high standards in my administration. We did not meet those high standards with this particular project. And in terms of what we are going to be doing going forward, there will be public engagement and public outreach and education. You know, again, these types of bike lanes are present in many other cities. This is the first time it's here in San Diego. What that means is that this has been implemented well in other communities. It can be done here, but we definitely need a better rollout than what we've done today, and we will be doing better going forward.
Mayor Gloria, we have less than a minute left. I wanted to ask you something. It's not necessarily under your purview, but you certainly have a voice as a leader in San Diego. People want some relief at the pump. They want either the gas tax revoked, they want a rebate, they want some action. Do you have a particular plan that you favor, and are you pushing the governor for action on this?
I have spoken with the governor about this. I spoke to him not just as a Californian who myself pays at the pump like your viewers do, but as the leader of a major American city with thousands of vehicles that do run on gas. And so this comes at a cost to the city of San Diego, and so hence raising it to the governor. I think his proposal for the rebate is a reasonable one. You know, it's a little bit more complicated that it meets the eye, and in talking to him, I understand how this may be the most efficient and effective way to get dollars back into the pockets of Californians that, quite honestly, in my opinion, are being price gouged by oil companies. This approach also has the benefit of not making that money go into the pockets of the oil companies. I don't have any confidence that if we were to reduce the gas tax, that the oil companies wouldn't simply keep the prices the same and pocket the difference as more profiteering. I think this approach is one that's doable, and I'm hopeful that something will happen to relieve San Diegans who are paying a lot of pain at the pump.
Mayor Gloria, as we work to get answers for our viewers, we appreciate you joining us the first Monday of every month, making time for us, being transparent, and talking about all the issues on the table, the things that are important to the people here in San Diego. Thanks again for joining us this month.
My pleasure. Thank you both.
See you next month.